You've been a co-host on The View on and off for 7 seasons.
Yes.
You've been there and completely made your mark. But it's such a trip because I remember how nervous you were when you were trying out.
Oh my God, Sherri, I still remember. You were, like anyone that loves Sherri knows she's like an angel wherever she goes. But I showed up and
Thank you.
So I had always had a dream there are things 15 years ago where I had said The View is the most amazing format. I'd love to be on there.
Yes.
I get the email and I was telling my brother at the time, I was like, I'm framing this, like, full circle moment, I'm done. And I show up that day and I thought, oh God, now I gotta do it. And I was so scared because I'm in a meeting room with all of you. Sherri looks at me right before we walk. I'll never forget this. And she goes, if I'm talking too much, girl, you just hit me on the knee because you're coming in and I'm going out. And I, would never hit Sherri Shepherd. Girl! I don't care how much you digress.
You do it under the table.
Yeah, but it didn't matter. Like, the point was the generosity of the offer was a kind of a little boost as I walked into a place that was scaring the living daylights out of me. And it was, again, I was just meeting you and I'd always seen you. At that moment, that was the unfolding of everything beautiful about all your layers. And it was,
man.
People don't do that in this business. And to have someone look at you and say, you're gonna be fine, don't worry. I was like, Sherri, and then I almost started crying.
But it's like, but to watch you bloom in that place, and you're just, you know, you bring like a levity to all the situations, and I love hearing what you have to say on The View. You are part of The View.
That means a
you
lot.
are.
That means a lot.
Like, we're family.
Yeah.
And one of the other things is, like, you know, being at the table, you know that there's nothing off limits at the table,
Heck no.
especially hot topics. Heck no. It's like sex. Sex is not off limits. So when y'all talk about sex, do you ever get uncomfortable?
Well, no, for this reason. Like, people always say, like, what if your parents are watching? I'm like, if my parents paid attention to me, I wouldn't have been on TV now.
Okay.
Like, I am one of 4 kids, and if there's anything quoted from the show, like, I am sick, and my mom will call, and she's like, yeah, your dad mentioned you're on the show. I was like, that's all?
That's all he said?
Like, literally, they don't notice me, so I try sometimes to say things that are a little, like, because my dad still thinks I had sex 3 times. But it's okay, because I'm convinced he only had it 4 times, so it's fine.
Now, I know this because you did Sexy Dance on The View, and I know that
Don't make me dance.
Now, I know your co-hosts, they weren't too thrilled about it, but, you know, it was, like,
They
sexy.
mocked me, Sherri. It was sexy.
But it was sexy.
circles.
Well, I say let's do it. Let's show me some sexy moves.
Okay.
Let's reclaim this. What kind of sexy moves?
You're gonna want to bring your hands. It's a lot of body.
Oh, it's a lot of body roll.
You gotta do the weird face.
The weird.